Hey guys, welcome back to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath Holland, and this is the return of my monthly Kino Lorber Spotlight, in which I cover every release from Kino Lorber and all of their partner labels. Keen Eyed viewers will notice I took January off. I'm back on board for the foreseeable future, and I will be covering in this video every Kino Lorber title for January and February 2025. If you're expecting to see something and you don't see it here, maybe the release date got changed, maybe I just didn't get it, I don't know. But we have over 40 titles here. There's a box set, there's a film noir box set with 3 movies in it. There's some incredible stuff here, and we've got a lot of ground to cover. I'll be a little transparent with you guys. So I'm posting this, it's a complete January and February video, right? So I want this to go up the last day of the month of February. I'm recording this the day before that. Most of this stuff just showed up. So my task is to get this video recorded, edited, posted, and ready to go for the last day of the month, which means that I've had very little time to spend with any of this stuff. So there will be even less editorializing from me than there normally is, though I'm sure there'll be some. But also, it's not my job to, my goal is not to sell this stuff to you. It's to show you what's coming out so that you can make an informed decision about what you want for your own collection, what special features are included, what the art looks like, all that stuff. That's really the goal. Like, here's what's out. You choose what's best for you. So thanks to Kino Lorber, thanks to you guys for making this coverage the most seen Kino Lorber coverage, say that 5 times fast, anywhere on the internet. I appreciate you guys for that. We have 10 4Ks to cover. And I'm not going to do these in any particular order. Like, I'm not going to do, here's the January releases, then here's February. It's all together. I've put all the 4Ks together, all the Kino cults together, all the deep studio cuts together for expediency, right? Uncle Buck on 4K. I'm a kid. That's my job. Is it the story behind this movie that John Hughes was so struck by Macaulay Culkin's precociousness that he created Home Alone for him? I think that's the story. We all know Uncle Buck. There's John Candy, maybe one of his best movies. Okay, I just did a video hitting the channel within a matter of days. Max Allen Collins returns, and we talk about our favorite comedy movies. John Candy makes the list, but which movie? You have to tune in to find out. This has a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. We have 2 audio commentaries, one by Alexander Nicholas and Josh Nelson, another by film historian Joe Ramone. 16 going on 17, interview with actress Jean Louise Kelly, and a theatrical trailer. I have not checked these to see if they have reversible art wraps yet. This one does not. It is the dual format edition with the Blu-ray and the 4K. I would say if you don't already own this movie, get it, and then you're future-proofed because you will eventually be 4K at some point. This one's near and dear to my heart. I highly recommend Kill Them All and Come Back Alone. The Hellbenders is a great spaghetti western, but I don't think it has the momentum that Kill Them All and Come Back Alone has. But nevertheless, this comes from 2 of the greats, Enzo G. Castellari and Sergio Corbucci, the other Sergio of the Italian spaghetti western fame. So both of these movies have been hard to find in the past. I've had several. I had like public domain collections of some of these. Now 4K. Holy cow! What a twist. So I think because these have both been on Blu-ray before, on disc before, I'm not sure. I think all these special features have been carried over from previous editions. You're on the internet. You can check that yourself. This has an audio commentary on both films by Alex Cox, the director of Repo Man, author of 10,000 Ways to Die, a director's take on the Italian Westerns. Both the 99-minute English and the 100-minute Italian cuts of Kill Them All and Come Back Alone. Theatrical trailers on both films. The thing I love about Kill Them All and Come Back Alone is it's Chuck Connors. It's cool. I'm just going to say this one thing. There's a scene in the movie that's like, we would now call it like a first-person perspective. If I feel like I'm playing Doom or something like that. You are Chuck Connors is. I think it's Chuck Connors. He's like spinning on a like a mine cart, just like spinning, shooting, and you see his perspective as the people are just going around. Innovative. It's a very innovative shot, and it's really cool. No reversible art here. These are each on their own disc. I wonder why. Did they stand a better chance of selling together than they would individually? I'm not sure. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift 4K. This is a brand new. Oh, hold on. Did we have notes on this? No notes on the 4K. So this was probably already in 4K. They had a 4K restoration, and maybe that's what the last releases were sourced from. This brand new 4K HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 35mm original camera negative. It's Stephen King. See my review for The Monkey. Stephen King stuff just never goes away. It's always around, and there's so much of it. Movie adaptations of Stephen King's books, hit or miss. What do you guys think about Graveyard Shift? This has a lot of things. It's got an audio commentary by Howard S. Berger and Mark Edward Hook. Interview with director Ralph S. Singleton. Interview with actor Stephen Mocht. Interview with actress Kelly Wolfe. Interview with actor Robert Allen Booth. And the theatrical trailer. Check out... oh my goodness, Brad Dourif. I could not think of Brad Dourif's name for a second. It's because I know I've got like 39 more movies to talk about here. Here's here we go. Classic. Yep, that's what I think of when I think of this movie. This is it a pith helmet? Anyway, the miner helmet with the light on it. Skeleton. Sea of Love. I really do enjoy this movie too. This was kind of the beginning of Al Pacino's modern renaissance, because in the 1980s he was not in the career place that he would be in the 90s. I just read his biography. He just put out his autobiography, and he's not the guy we thought he was. We thought he was this brash, sure of himself, master thespian who just chewed scenery. He's not that. He's very insecure. He's still very insecure. He's really shy. He'd rather just be alone. He keeps turning down all these movies in the book because he's like, I don't know. And they're like, we're going to do a Godfather 2. He's like, I already did that. I don't know what else I got to say about Michael Corleone. I wrapped it up. I took him on the whole character journey. There's nothing else to say. Interesting. And Sea of Love is a turning point. It's kind of what paved the way for eventually we get to Scent of a Woman. Sea of Love is kind of early in that renaissance. I like this movie. And Ellen Barkin is incredibly sexy in this movie. John Goodman is in this as well. Anyway, fantastic Pacino movie. This has an audio commentary by the director Harold Becker, audio commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson. The creation of Sea of Love featurette. This is a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm OCN. Here's the front. Sexy. This is sexy stuff happening right here. There's the back. Freeze that, read that. I'm taking it away right now. You're too late. Here's the... we got no alternate art. I don't know what alternate art would even exist for this. This is the famous image. Dual format edition, the 4K and the Blu-ray. Get that back in the slipcase. Slip cover. Orca! Does it exist as Jaws exploitation? You be the judge. 1977, 3 years after Jaws. It's the killer whale movie. Richard Harris, Charlotte Rampling, Will Sampson, Bo Derek. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm OCN. Audio commentary by here's Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson again. Oh man, audio commentary by Lee Gambin. Rest in peace, Lee Gambin. Theatrical trailer. Negative. This is dual. Some of these just have special features Blu-rays, which means that Kino Lorber was not able to secure the Blu-ray release. Often, oh, here's case in point. No, never mind. One of these, anyway, I was going to elaborate, but I probably shouldn't elaborate because I don't know for sure. Sometimes when Kino Lorber only releases the special features Blu-ray, it's because someone else has the Blu-ray distribution rights, but Kino got the 4K rights. This is Murder by Decree, Christopher Plummer, James Mason. Hear me wax rhapsodic about James Mason in my commentary for Botany Bay. And Donald Sutherland, brand new Ultra HD SDR Master by Studio Canal from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. This is not the first time we're going to be talking about an SDR 4K scan. This is something we see a lot of. Criterion does it. They just put out Winchester 73, one of the best westerns ever made, in SDR on 4K. I think it comes down to cost. Again, I'm speculating, but I've talked to enough people that this is an informed bit of information. It's so expensive to do HDR. It can add tens of thousands of dollars to the cost of a transfer. And that's just not, one, it's not always in the budget. Two, the people that are making the transfer, that are funding the transfer, don't know that they're going to get that back. You don't know if something's going to sell well enough to get tens of thousands of dollars back. So we don't always get HDR, which is the case here. This has got a commentary by Bob Clark. One of these days I want to do a deep dive on Bob Clark's career, because this is the guy behind A Christmas Story, and multiple horror movies. And I mean, and this is you know, a mystery, you know, that's a sort of a whodunit, a Sherlock Holmes whodunit, and that's just like one guy doing all these different styles of movie. Audio commentary by, here they are, Howard S. Berger and Steve Mitchell. Theatrical trailer. And does this have, hold on, here and here? I bet this, well, I don't want to bet, but does this have alternate art? Yes, it does. It just seems like the kind of movie that would. Look at that ensemble. The cast is ensemble. I'm flipping that. I'm gonna flip it right now. Stopping this video to flip that art. Body Parts 4K up and special features Blu-ray. So there you go. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. This is Jeff Fahey and an Eric Red movie. Audio commentary by the co-writer and the director Eric Red. Deleted footage with optional commentary by Eric Red. Interview with Eric Red. Interview with editor Anthony Redman. Interview with actor Paul Ben Victor. Interview with actor Peter Murnick. Still gallery TV spots and theatrical trailer. Flip that around. Read it. Alternate artwork here. No. 4K special features Blu-ray. Oh man, this next one, I bet this Reindeer Games. If this had come out at Christmas, I'm sure they were pushing for this to be out by Christmas, but you know, there's always some pressing plant delays and all kinds of stuff. Reindeer Games is a Christmas action movie. We don't have a whole lot, you know, you've got Die Hard, I guess, but this was another attempt at doing doing that thing. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master on the theatrical cut. We got two cuts here. The theatrical cut is 104 minutes. What are they calling it? Is it a director's cut? Yeah. Well, actually, they don't say. Yes, 125-minute director's cut by John Frankenheimer runs 125 minutes, so 21 minutes longer. You got both of them here, but only the theatrical cut is in has the 4K scan. Audio commentary by John Frankenheimer on both cuts, behind the scenes features and featurette, and then the theatrical trailer. What do you guys think about Reindeer Games? Future Batman, Ben Affleck. Future Daredevil. Forget Batman. Future Daredevil, Ben Affleck. Yes. Is this right? Yeah. Theatrical cut on 4K. Director's cut on Blu-ray. If somebody's like, well, hold on. No alternate art. Somebody's like, why didn't they do 4K on the other cut? Because it's expensive. That's why. Because that would have been the cost of 2 restorations. Yeah, like 1.5. I'm not sure. April Fool's Day, 4K and a special features Blu-ray. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master for 4K scan, original camera negative. Audio commentary by Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathan. How are these guys doing so many commentaries? I can say this. Sometimes you do them, you know, I could do 1 or 2 commentaries a month. But sometimes these all get announced at the same time, or they all come out at the same time. Maybe that's what's going on here too. Horror with a Twist, parts 1 and 2. Interview with director Fred Walton. Well of Lies. Interview with actor Deborah Goodrich Royce. Looking Forward to Dessert. Interview with actor Clayton Royner. Bloody Unforgettable. Interview with composer Charles Bernstein. The Eye of Deception. Interview with cinematographer Charles Minsky. TV spots. Theatrical trailer. There's the cover. There's the back. Do you think... I bet we don't have alternate artwork. Lay down your bets now. No alternate artwork. And if somebody's like, he's cheating, he already knows. I do not. I do not know. Last 4K here. This is from not from the Studio Classics. This is from Kino Classics. This is Andrei Tarkovsky's, I think it's his final film, The Sacrifice, 1986. Pardon me. This is another one that has 2023 4K SDR restoration carried out by the Swedish Film Institute from the original 35mm camera negative. audio mix restored from magnetic tape. Okay, we got the 4K disc of the movie. We've got an audio commentary by Layla Alexander Garrett, Tarkovsky's translator, on the set of The Sacrifice. That's really cool. Director Andrei Tarkovsky. This is the Blu-ray. That was the 4K. This is the Blu-ray. We got a directed by 1988 102-minute documentary on the making of The Sacrifice. Interview with the co-editor of The Sacrifice, and the director of the documentary, directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. So here is the front. I know the last time I covered a Tarkovsky movie, I was expecting nothing, the crickets in the comments about it, and people were like, oh, that's a huge deal. So I was happy to see that. Alternate artwork? Probably not. No. All right, let's move into some Kino cult titles. I think we have 3. Yeah, this is going to be 24, 25, and 26 numbered entries in the Kino cult. Am I doing these in order? Yeah, this is 24. Invasion of the B-Girls. I think a lot of us know this movie. It was written by, he just wrote it, right? Yeah, written by Nicholas Meyer, who would one day go on to direct Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. That's right? Yeah. The guy that is credited as kind of saving Star Trek in a lot of ways. Fans love him. The guy who loves Sherlock and who loves mysteries did Invasion of the B-Girls, which is crazy. And I don't know how he feels about this at this point. Audio commentary by film historians Alexandra Heller-Nicholas and Josh Nelson. Theatrical trailers and radio spots. Here's the front. Here's the back. This is a Blu-ray. I think we're done with 4Ks now. So anything we talk about is going to be either Blu-ray or a DVD. No alternate artwork there. This movie, which I'm not going to say the name of because of monetization reasons, but you know, this movie is it's a Ken Russell movie, and I've talked about it before. It came out somewhere else, probably Australia, and I talked about it. Heavy subject matter. Audio commentary by novelist and critic Tim Lucas. Interview with screenwriter Deborah Dalton. Video comparison of alternate versions and the theatrical trailer. Front. Back. I bet there's nothing. Oh, there is. I see. I lost the bet. I'm flipping it. All right. One more Kino cult title, Crawl Space. This is number 26 in the line. You know, they just started this like a year ago, maybe less than that. 26 titles. Kino gets this stuff out, man. Audio commentary by writer-director David Schmoller. Audio commentary by film historian John Harrison. Interview with makeup effects artist John Vulik. And Please Kill Mr. Kinski, a short film by David Schmoller. Theatrical trailer, TV spots. Oh, let me show you the back of the box. I bet there's alternate artwork. I'm going to flip it. Flip that art. All right. 2 more John Candy. Okay, hold on. 1 more John Candy movie? Hold on a second. All right. Anyway, Summer Rental. I'm like, did I get these out of order? I don't even know. I'm kind of lost in my own method now. Summer Rental. Brand new HDR master from a 4K scan. It's not a 4K release, it's a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. We have an audio commentary by film historian Joe Ramone, Ear Candy, the music of Summer Rental featurette, and the theatrical trailer. I do not remember liking this movie when it came out, but it's 1985, sort of writing. It's just out of Second City, right? Was it John Candy? How about this? SCTV was not that far in the rearview mirror. Seeing some of these guys transition to feature roles when you liked them on SCTV was cool. And the movies weren't always great. Often. Most of the time, the movies weren't that great, but we connected with the people that we liked, right? John Cusack in Hot Pursuit. This is a big deal. And this movie is kind of wild, too. This is a... 1987. I'm trying to put this in the oeuvre of John Cusack. in the whole Better Off Dead, leading up to Say Anything. Put it in there. Brand new HD master from 4K scan. Again, not 4K, it's a Blu-ray, but it comes from a 4K scan. So if it sells well, maybe we'll get a 4K of this in the future. Audio commentary by film historian Joe Ramone and the theatrical trailer. I'll hold that up for you. And oh, this is cool. This is Noble House. This was a TV miniseries with Pierce Brosnan from 1988, well before he was cast as Bond, well before GoldenEye. And if you're going to put out a TV miniseries, you better bring in Amanda Reyes to talk about it. And so we have this is a 4-episode miniseries. Commentary on all 4 with Amanda Reyes. She does the first part by herself. Chapter 2, episode 2, she does it with Hong Kong filmmaker and film historian Frank Zhang, who I love his commentary work. The 3rd episode, she does it with the Projection Booth podcast Mike White. They got good chemistry. And episode 4, she does it with Scott Humphreys. Commentary with Scott Humphreys. So, I mean, that's I'm trying to 6 hours of Amanda Reyes and friends in your ears. That's good. No restoration notes on this, but you know, it's a miniseries in HD, which is we don't get a lot of TV on Blu-ray. We just don't. So this is cool. And I think it's really because it's Pierce Brosnan that we're getting it at all. This is on 2 discs, which is good for compression. And 2 episodes per disc. All right, we're going deep into studio territory now, which is my favorite part of these hauls to talk about. I think that's starting to change a little bit, and I get more excited about some of the weirder indie and the well, we're gonna get there. John Wayne, Susan Hayward in The Conqueror. If you ever wanted to see if you're like, this John Wayne's great in westerns, but how would he be as Genghis Khan? Well, this is the movie for you. Such a strange piece of John Wayne's filmography. I'm not judging it. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm saying it's not necessarily what I want from John Wayne, but he was trying to stretch here. Audio commentary by film historian David Delval and film historian producer Dan Marino. Theatrical trailer and no restoration notes on this whatsoever. This comes from Universal. Hold on. Front? Back? It's a huge movie too. It's a Howard Hughes production, directed by Dick. I should have mentioned that. It's the directorial debut of Dick Powell, who we don't associate with like huge epics. Whatever, features a cast of thousands in period costumes recreating 12th century China. Bring in Dick Powell to do it. I mean, it's just bizarre. So maybe that's one of the appeals. Hey, check this out. We have alternate artwork already on the Blu-ray case, and it has an interior art wrap as well. That's cool. All right, well done. Well done, Kino Lorber. Well done. Well done, mister. Jessica Lange in Frances. This is the story of Frances Farmer. It's a biopic about Frances Farmer, the movie star from the 1930s who... It's a very interesting story. Let's see. No restoration notes on this. Audio commentary by David Delval and Dan Marino again. Another audio commentary by director Graham Clifford and film historian David Gregory. Whoa. Hollywood Life, Remembering Frances featurettes and the theatrical trailer. I love Jessica Lange. And I am all for getting more of her filmography on better formats. We'll get it on any format, but when we can get these things in HD, that's cool. You know, 4K is always nice. I love when we can get 4K from something like Kill Them All and Come Back Alone. But I'm happy with HD. I'm happy with this too. This is Woody Allen and Diane Keaton in Play It Again, Sam. This is a movie that is often referenced when I read my film magazines, because it was one of those early examples was 1972 of Woody Allen doing the film fandom, like showing his film fandom in his screen persona. I don't even really I wasn't prepared to talk about this. I'm kind of just winging it. But screenplay by Woody Allen. I'm trying to see who is the director of this. Did he direct this? It's such small print. Let's see. Music based on the play by Woody Allen. Give me the director, man. Come on. A Herbert Ross film. Okay, there you go. Brand new HDR master from 4K scan to 35mm original camera negative. Audio commentary by screenwriter, producer Alan Spencer and author, film historian Justin Humphreys. Theatrical trailer. That's cool. I'm actually actively seeking out Woody Allen's earlier movies, which are kind of hard to find. When you get outside of Manhattan and Annie Hall, some of those earlier movies have really become obscure now, and I'm seeking some of them out, so I'm glad we have this. Burt Reynolds and Barbara Loden in Fade In. This is a 1968 movie. I really dig 60s Burt Reynolds, 60s into the early 70s, before he became the character of Burt Reynolds. This is a 2021 HD master by Paramount Pictures from a 4K scan. Not 4K, but a 4K scan. Audio commentary by filmmaker Daniel Kramer, director of Cruel, Usual, Necessary, The Passion of Silvio Nerezano, the Fade In co-producer. Audio commentary by entertainment journalist, author Brian Reisman and Max Every. Max Every just tagged me in something on Blue Sky, and he was like, Heath, I think somebody scrubbed your image for this. AI scrubbed your image for this, and it's a picture of a guy who to me looks like Mark Hamill. And he's like, do you think that they used you? And he's got a side-by-side of this YouTube thumbnail of this guy. It's not me. And he's saying that they used me. Well, maybe I'll cut this out. I don't know. I don't think it is. I look at myself every day and people go like, you look like Mark Hamill. I'm like, I look at myself every day and I don't think so. Nobody looks like Heath Holland. Nobody. Look, they wish they looked like Heath Holland. I don't know. But maybe. Who's to say? Here's no alternate artwork. All right, we are about halfway through. Shifting stack 1 over here and going with stack number 2, Film Noir, The Dark Side of Cinema, collection 23. By the way, keep your eyes peeled because I'm going to pop up on another one of these soon. There's 3 movies in each of these, and I got a commentary on 2 out of the 3. Big get for me. What's the word I'm trying to look for? It was important to me. It was a big deal for me. So, and Max Allen Collins and I have more film noir commentaries together coming soon. So, this has Rope of Sand, Kiss Tomorrow, Goodbye, and Never Love a Stranger. Is that in frame? Yes, it is. Rope of Sand is a Burt Lancaster film. This has a commentary by Gary Girani and a theatrical trailer. No restoration notes on Rope of Sand. Flip that around. Peter Lorre is in this too. Claude Rains and Peter Lorre. Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye is Barbara Payton, Helena Carter, and Ward Bond, with some guy that I've never heard of called James Cagney. I wish that he had done more. That's a sarcasm, by the way. That's a joke. Cagney was great, and this is a 1950 film. Which, if you only know Cagney's 30s gangster films, he's a lot more than that. No restoration notes on this one as well, but we do have an audio commentary by Alan K. Rohde, who does incredible work with his commentaries. Heavily researched. He will go into archives and pull notes from the production, which is nice to have. Never Lose a Stranger. Never Love a Stranger. This is John Drew Barrymore, Steve McQueen from 1958. If you only know McQueen from 60s movies and beyond, check him out in the fit. This is where does this fit into his? I almost said Bounty Law, but that's the knockoff. That's the Tarantino knockoff of Wanted, Dead or Alive. I could not think of the name. Wanted, Dead or Alive. This is in there. No restoration notes here either. Audio commentary by film historian and writer Julie Kurgo and writer-filmmaker Peter Hankoff. You know what? Let me check. No alternate artwork here. No alternate artwork here. And I'm guessing probably for Rope of Sand either. Okay. these next few, I'm just really glad. Again, just really glad we have HD versions of these now. That Funny Feeling, Sandra Dee and Bobby Darin, real couple in real life. Donald O'Connor, probably not. I don't think I've ever sing this. Probably not doing the flip against the wall, like running up the wall and doing a flip like he does in Singing in the Rain during the Make 'Em Laugh number. No restoration notes on this, but we've got an audio commentary by writer Julie Kurgo and writer-filmmaker Peter Hancock, and the theatrical trailer. This is from 1965. Bobby Darin is super cool. The Spiral Road. This is Rock Hudson, also super cool. Burl Ives and Gina Rollins. No restoration notes here, but we have an audio commentary by Sam Deegan. Clark Gable and Doris Day in Teacher's Pet. Mamie Van Doren is in this as well. This is a 1958 film, brand new HD master by Paramount from a 6K scan. Why did they do it in 6K? I'm curious. Of the 35mm VistaVision. Oh, that's why. VistaVision original camera negative. Audio commentary by Julie Kurgo and filmmaker Peter Hancock. Theatrical trailer. You know what? I just realized I'm not checking these for alternate art. I don't expect there to be any, which is why I'm not. Because these aren't like premium offerings. These are deep catalog cuts. This is awesome. Houseboat. Cary Grant. Sophia Loren. Two of the biggest movie stars we've ever had. Martha Heyer, Harry Gordino. Brand new HDR master from a 6K scan of the 35mm VistaVision original camera negative. Audio commentary by Julie Kurgo and Peter Hancock again. 2 theatrical trailers. Here's the back of the box. And does it have alternate artwork? Negative. Are You Being Served? The movie. You guys know that British, would you call it a sitcom? I guess so. British comedy from the 70s. I had forgotten that there was a movie, but yeah, there's a movie for this. 2019 HDR master by Studio Canal from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. So they did a 4K scan. They did a 4K restoration of Are You Being Served? The movie. That is crazy to me. We live in miraculous times. This is obviously not 4K, but it's going to look really good. Audio commentary by authors and comedy historians Gemma and Robert Ross. Theatrical trailer. Here's the back. Maybe we can get the series. It's who owns this? Probably the BBC. Who owns the rights to the television series? And does that have U.S. distribution already? I'm actually not sure. Okay, this is becoming... I've always been the Studio Classics guy, right? I've always been the guy... Studio movies were my entry into fandom. And I love studio pictures, as you see, because I'm like, ooh, I'm excited about this. These documentaries and foreign films and the Kino Lorber proper and the Cohen Media Group stuff and the Greenwich movies are becoming some of my favorite things, and I'm saving the coolest for last. So stay with me to the end. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat is a new documentary about... I'm not going to read the whole back of this box to you, but it's about basically Africa... It captures the moment when African politics and American jazz collided in this magnificent essay film. Basically, they sent all these jazz musicians go to fight this coup d'etat, and that it's the power of music. It's the power of art. I don't know. There's something I love about that, because I do believe in the power of art. I do believe in the power of music, and I just think this is really cool that we're getting this kind of thing. This a mind-blowing rich tapestry intertwines jazz, history, and the taste of a spy thriller, says Harper's Bazaar. What do we have here? We've got a bonus features a Q&A panel with the director, courtesy of the International Documentary Association, and trailers. Anything in here? No. And not done with jazz yet. This is the Chet Baker documentary. This is Let's Get Lost, starring Chet Baker. This is... What year was this made? 1988. This filmmaker followed Chet Baker around, and it ended up being kind of the end of his life. Talking about his life, his career. If you know Chet Baker, jazz giant. One of the most famous jazz musicians ever to walk the earth. And this is 1980. It's the winner of the 1989 Critics Prize at the Venice Film Festival. It was nominated for an Academy Award. I'm so excited to see this in HD. It has a special features short films by Bruce Weber, Backyard Movie, Beauty Brothers, Gentle Giants, Liberty City is Like Paris to Me, The Teddy Boys, and of the Edwardian Drape Society, Wine and Cupcakes, and then the theatrical trailer. So you got a whole bunch of stuff there, a whole bunch of bang for the buck. Look at all this praise on the cover. New 4K restoration. The finest jazz movie ever made, says Empire Magazine. Hauntingly beautiful, says the New York Times. Enchanting, says the Time Out London. This one's a big deal too. This is Naked Acts, 1996. This is not a documentary. It's a film about a woman she's an actress. Her mom was a blaxploitation actor and did nudity. I think it's Pam Grier. It's not Pam Grier, but I think the character is supposed to be inspired by Pam Grier, the mom. And then the daughter is an actor now and has got to do a nude scene, and that's kind of what the whole thing is about. But it's obviously not that's the elevator pitch. It's obviously about so much more than that. Is this a 4K restoration as well? I think it might be. Bonus archival audio commentary by the director Bridget M. Davis and star J. Can Jones from 2000. Audio commentary, archival interview with Bridget M. Davis from the 1990s. Creative Detours, a short film by Bridget M. Davis. Film scholar Maya Cade interviews the director. Last Wish from a 1992 short film by Bridget M. Davis. Naked Acts at BAM premiere 2024. I'm looking for the restoration stuff. It might just be HD. I mean, obviously it's presented in HD, but I was trying to see if it was restored in 4K. The Other Widow. This is did they tell me where? Sometimes they'll tell you where it's from. Anyway, this is a dark comedy about dark dramatic comedy about Ella, a 34-year-old theater costume designer, and who's the mistress of a playwright who dies unexpectedly, and then life gets complicated because she starts intermingling with the family, and she gets in too deep. They'll tell you what. I think this is an Israeli film, but I might be wrong. What is the language that this thing is in? Hebrew with English subtitles. I know that this one is an Israeli film. This is The Road to Eilat. This is a doc. I think this is a documentary. They hanged. You know what? It might not be a document. I'm like, you know what? It's probably not. The hanged body of an old man in the middle of a small kibbutz in the north of Israel leads Albert, a war veteran, to make a drunken bet to drive along the entire country on an old tractor in 1 week with his grumpy, unemployed son. That's probably not a documentary. Spontaneous. Let's see. Okay. They learn a little bit about life and about each other. It's one of those, but it's set against. It's made in Israel, and they cross Israel on a tractor. To Die For. This is a documentary about food dyes, which I'm going to be honest with you guys. Food dyes are a big deal for me. When I was young, I'm not going to elaborate too much on this because it's for some strange reason become a political issue. Your health should not be a political issue, but it has become that. Not even health care. Like you say, oh, I ate red food dye and it made my heart go crazy. And people go, you don't know what you're talking about. No, it didn't. This is a documentary about that. I've struggled with food dyes my entire life to the point that these days I can't even eat the cereal at midnight, right? I can't even eat the Monster cereals anymore because of the food dye. And when I have food that doesn't have dye in it, when I have food that's made from vegetable sourced colors, I don't have those problems. So it's not my imagination. I am really keen to watch this documentary because Americans put food dye in everything. I mean, everything. If you buy chocolate cake, chances are it's not really brown. They source the brown from using red food dye mixed with other like blue. It's crazy times. So I'm really interested to watch this. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Separated, a film by Errol Morris. This is a documentary about the division of families during the recent, well, it's not necessarily recent, but during the migrant. How do they word it? Morris merges bombshell interviews with government officials and artful narrative vignettes tracing one migrant's family plot. Together they show the cruelty at the heart of this policy and how that was its very purpose. Not going to elaborate on that, but there's a documentary about that if you're into that narrative, if you want to know more about that. This is called The Cowboy and the Queen. It's about a horse trainer who developed a friendship with Queen Elizabeth II. Now that sounds interesting. That's another one I'm like, really? A horse trainer? She, like, I'm going down to talk to the horse trainer now. Like, really? They were friends? So that's interesting. A moving portrait of a friendship, says the Santa Barbara Independent. These have no special features, which is why I'm not holding up the back. Here's a TV show, Master Crimes, where criminals get schooled. This is a French, I believe, TV series. Is another intelligent murder investigation show that is being brought here through TF1, TFI. Is it TF1? I don't remember. I know somebody actually told me. They were like, oh, it's TF1. Yeah, okay. But see, here's where I get confused, because look at that. Doesn't that look like TFI? And if you're not immediately familiar with that, you're like, it's TFI. But it's not. No special features here. It is a 2-disc set with the entire... they're calling this a season? Just as... Anyway, it's the show. 2 DVD set, 299 minutes. International Mystery is the category. I'm curious about this. This is called My Name is Alfred Hitchcock. My name is... What if you said it like... my mind goes to The Princess Bride. My name is Alfred Hitchcock. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Because I'm a nerd, man. Oh, what a nerd. This is Mark Cousins, the award-winning filmmaker behind the story of Film and Odyssey, The Eyes of Orson Welles, The Storm of Jeremy Thompson. Takes a look at the auteur Alfred Hitchcock with a new and radical approach through the use of his own voice. As Hitchcock rewatches his films, we're taken on an odyssey through his vast career, his vivid silent films, the legendary films of the 1950s and 60s, and his later works. It's playful in revealing ways. This is 4 stars from IndieWire, and The Guardian says, My name is Alfred Hitchcock. There is much to learn and enjoy. You come away from it with your senses fine-tuned. I don't know. How are they achieving his own voice? I think it's, alternate trailer with narration by Mark Cousins. Is this someone doing the audio of narrator Alistair McGowan's voice test? So this is someone impersonating Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, I guess that's better than AI. I guess that's better than them creating him with a machine. But I don't know. And I don't have to know. I don't have to approve of this stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know. The 2 things left. Oscar Micheaux, the superhero of black filmmaking. This is a documentary by Francesco Zippel. We're leading up to something awesome. Oscar Micheaux was the most influential African-American filmmaker of the first half of the 20th century. He was a self-taught artist who funded, produced, and released more than 40 films while completely excluded from the Hollywood system. He started in the 20s with silent film, and I was doing an African-American, a black filmmaker in the 1920s. Incredible stuff. They've talked to Chuck D. They've talked to Melvin Van Peebles. Sweetback. They've talked to, let's see. Okay. Anyway, so it's got an interview with a screenwriter as a special feature. It's got an original trailer of 4 films by Oscar Micheaux. If that sounds cool, in association with the Library of Congress, Oscar Micheaux, The Complete Collection. This is the kind of thing that Kino Lorber does sometimes, and they just like drop these things. They're like, oh, and they hit. They're like, badoosh. Like the is it the Vitagraph collection? The Vitagraph comedy stuff. They do these like the Soundies box set stuff, and it's stuff like you don't even know about because it's not even in the conversation really. The Complete Collection. So this has got, and this is Blu-ray, again, restored with the Library of Congress. Disc 1 starts in 1920. It's got all these films, goes through 1920 through 1940. Introduction by the series curator and film historian Rhea L. Combs. Theatrical trailer for select films, and then the 2024 re-release trailer. This is huge. If this is the sort of release that we get because of Black History Month or something like that, if it's putting film that was off the table back on the table for just even preservation, if you just look at it from a preservation perspective, that is incredible. So here, all these, look at all of this. And then it's got this booklet with the posters. and screenshots. And again, made outside the system by an independent filmmaker who himself was outside the system. What does it say? I've always tried, this quote from the filmmaker. I've always tried to make my photoplays present the truth, to lay before the race a cross-section of its own life, to view the colored heart from a close range. It is only by presenting these portions of the race portrayed in my pictures and the light and background of their true state that we can raise our people to greater heights. That is fascinating to me, and not filtered through an executive being like, with a cigar in an office going like, yeah, no. We just got Cab Calloway restoration. I've loved Cab Calloway for decades now. I think my first exposure to Cab Calloway was, if you were in the United States in the 1990s, there was a news channel called Channel 1 News, and it's controversial, but they would do these highlights of people. I think maybe it was when Cab Calloway died. I'm not even sure, but they did like this retrospective, and they did like the Heidi Heidi Ho thing, the Heidi 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 Ho, and I was like, what is this? So always knowing about Cab Calloway and never having those movies in any superior format, and then we just got them on Blu-ray. So it's a great time for this stuff. It's a great time for film preservation, and it's just a good time to for access to the movies that you want to see. It's not, forget collecting. Collecting is a dead end. It's about watching what you have and appreciating what you have and being able to appreciate it on a deeper level. That's what a lot of this stuff has given us. And that's why I enjoy doing these spotlights. That's the value of these spotlights for me. This is my this is movie education, and that's priceless. You don't have to go to film school. You have access to this. Quentin Tarantino had access to the Video Archives video store. We have access to stuff like this. It's a game changer. Thanks to Kino Lorber. Thanks to you guys. What are you most excited about? What are you going to pick up? What movies of these do you think deserve broader conversation? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Take care, and until next time, I will catch you later.